capture the mighty monster. She is shocked when Kang tells her it is a test for him. Meanwhile, Godakin is suggesting a giant monster to hunt. Kang is annoyed with her. Dialoka tells her she thinks a monster that suits him would be the dark dragon or the flying serpent. Kang asks her how he will find something like this here. Suddenly, she tells him that there is one monster that might be perfect, and she is her. Kang is shocked to hear this. Meanwhile, Kang thinks that imaginary living beings that don't exist in reality are called monsters. Still, monsters in this world are differentiated by whether they eat slimes. Suddenly, an elephant monster is trying to eat the slimes. Nag is shocked to see him. Dialoka tells him that is a Lamborghini master. The Lamborghini cavalry, which breaks through enemy lines, can be called the flower of the battlefield. Kang thinks he will pass this exam, and Celebliss would faint when she sees it. Suddenly, there is another monster comes there who attacks the Lamborghini. Kang is shocked to see this. The monster is half human and half snake. She is happy as she killed Lamborghini. She is Lamia. Suddenly, she finds Kang Han Soo. Lamia is glad to see another prey. Dialoka is watching the monster. She jumps down and tells Kang that she will handle this monster. Kang is shocked to see this. Lamia says that she doesn't want any female opponent. Dialoka replies that she also thinks the same. She grabs her tail. The demonic energies come out of her. She tells her that her master is not someone that an inferior Lamia like her can lay her eyes on. Dialoka beats her. Lamia gets injured. She tells her she is cheeky, not knowing her place as a beast. She was going to kill her, but suddenly Kang stopped her. He tells her this monster knows how to speak, so they should train it. Lamia finds time and runs away. She tells Dialoka that she will silently let her go this time. But suddenly, another dragon comes there and attacks her. They are shocked to see this. This is a giant dragon who eats Lamia. Kang also says this is entirely different from the red one he would see the other day. Meanwhile, the reverse curse is activated. Kang says this, indeed, is a dragon. Suddenly, the dragon attacks him. Kang is ready for it and cuts his horn with his holy sword. He uses his blessing of fairy, outsider, and heavenly sword to kill the dragon. He waves his sword. A significant slash is in the ground, but the dragon is saved from his attack. He is scared to see this. Kang tells him that he is his from now on. Kang finds this dragon cute. He asks Dialoka what he eats. She replies that they eat everything. Kang replies that it's convenient for him to raise this dragon. Kang comes near to the dragon and puts his hand on his hand. He tells him to follow him. He tells her his name will be the Cogmos II. Dialoka is not happy with the name. After that, Kang sits on the dragon and tells them to return to the academy. On the other side, Oh Han-woo is sitting somewhere. He is on some adventure and wants to go to the Hogwarts Academy as soon as possible. Earlier, he goes to the Mercenary Guild and tells the receptionist, who gives him a request involving escorting a nobleman or merchant going to Hogwarts Academy. She replies that his level and rank are too low, so they cannot take on such requests. She also tells him they cannot make exceptions, even if it's a legendary warrior. He is shocked to hear this. Suddenly, the leader of the Cassandra Mercenary Corps, the dragon's daughter, comes there and tells him she can help him. She tells him their mercenary community are going to Hogwarts due to a request. Kang agrees to join them. Suddenly, the boys come near him and tell him he should adjust with them now. Instantly, they see trolls coming there. They are shocked to see them. One of the boys tells him he left the support magic to him while they stopped it. They are ready to attack him. One of the boys attacks him but fails. The troll attacks him back. The boy gets injured. They decided to attack them at once. Oh Han-woo is standing still. He is thinking about what he should do against these trolls. Suddenly, Oh Han-woo sees that Cassandra is also injured and beaten up by the trolls. He knows that he is the only one who can fight them. The other men tell Kang to stay away. He replies that they are injured and can't fight with the trolls anymore. Suddenly, the dragon skeleton is formed. Cassandra orders him to fight with the trolls. After that, a fight starts between them. The skeleton beat the troll. After some time, they are happy as they win the war. The boys appreciate Cassandra. Meanwhile, Oh Han-woo is sad as he wants to go to the Hogwarts soon. Conversely, Kang comes with the sea dragon to the academy. The students are shocked to see this. After some time, Kang stepped down. The teachers are surprised to see him. Kang tells them he finds it somewhere on the way here and plans to keep and raise it. He uses his blessings of forgiveness so no one will be mad at him. After some time, Kang is teaching the sea dragon. He throws a wooden bar in the sky and orders Cogmos II to catch it. Meanwhile, Celebliss tells him that the Cogmos listen to him very well. Suddenly, a student comes there to meet her. She replies that she is pretty busy as a crucial supplementary class is going on. Suddenly, the boy shows him his friend. They are shocked to see this. The boy tells her he also wants to attend the supplementary classes. Meanwhile, Kang says that if he plays it smart, he might even be able to skip this bothersome class. He thinks that the plan of cutting the annoying supplementary class failed in the end. Celebliss didn't show any interest in the baby deity, maybe because she already had a phoenix deity or something. After some time, a teacher comes to the class and tells the students that they will get started with the dark magic class. She tells them that the perception that dark magic is evil, which most people have, is a misunderstanding caused by the devil that was born with a long lifespan and strong life who used dark magic. Kang thinks of the dark magic that the village chief had spoken. He lays his head on tables and is uninterested in this. After attending the class, Kang comes to the place where workers are digging. He tells Dialoka that he learned about the principle of dark magic in class today, but why can't a fairy use dark magic? She replies that lowly fairies don't have a long lifespan like demons or angels and survive longer by stretching their lives. She also tells him that for a wound that a human would have healed within a day, they take a fortnight for it. They have filled their poor vitality with extra time. Meanwhile, demons' lifespan is long, and the healing rate is quick, so they can't be compared. Kang understands that the problem is the healing rate. Suddenly, the workers shouted that they had done it. Kang is also excited to see this. They both jump to see the hole. Kang tells her that they will go into it. After this, they both jumped into the hole. Dialoka lights up the tunnel with magic. Kang finds nothing there. Suddenly, a troll comes there. Kang hits the troll with one strike. The way they die is as dirty as they look. Dialoka tells him that he should have been born a demon. Suddenly, the ring shines. Kang is shocked to see this. He tells her that the mercenary guild master was not lying, so they must go to the treasure hunting. After some time, Kang tells Dialoka that he thinks they have come deep inside. He also tells her that there are only trolls here, nothing else. She tells him she wants to solve the secret and riddle in the dungeon, so they should keep moving. Kang tells her that those things can also be handled after subjugation. They are following the direction in which the ring leads them. They come to the wall and think it might be their destination. Dialoka tells him that it seems like there is more space behind the mural. Kang replies that she fits as the wind blows through the wall's crack. He uses his blessing from outside and punches the wall. The wall is broken. There is a room with some old-fashioned furniture, and the lights are on too. They come into the room. Dialoka tells him that every time, he acts stupid, and she feels embarrassed about these things called human property. Suddenly, a voice comes to say to them who they are. They both are shocked to see this. A man comes there who is stuck in chains. He asks them how they get in, as a witch can only open this hidden prison. Suddenly, the man gets offended to see Dialoka. Kang tells her that he thinks this man is out of his mind. The man gets mad and tells them to answer him. He punches, but Kang and Dialoka save themselves. The room is now more messed up. Kang tells him that he has destroyed more of the room than he has. The man again ran toward him to hit him. Kang is ready and waves his sword to kill him. He cuts the body of the man into 2 pieces, but the man starts to regenerate his body. Kang remembers that he is like the Green Guardian. Kang tells him that he won't fall for the same thing twice. He was going to kill him, but the man disappeared. Dialoka tells him that the human might provide them with some clues. Kang replies that she can find everything in one look if she looks at him with the blessing of observation, so try concentrating. She tells him she can't look at dead people's status windows. Suddenly she saw the man's foot. She tells Kang that the man is still alive. On the other side, the man is running toward the. Kang tells Dialoka to stop him. She hits the man. The man struck the roof. Kang gets mad at her and tells her she sends him away, and he will resurrect again. On the other side, Cogmos is unconscious. He opens his eyes and finds out that he is in prison. Eubora asks him if he is talking about the guy, so he tells her who he is. She tells him that his slaves have all left after regaining their freedom. Even after the curse was lifted, they tried to follow him, but after hearing from them that he could be executed if they remained stubborn, they left quietly. After that, she tells him he didn't act like a demon. Cogmos gets angry at her and tells her to kill him at once. She apologizes to him. After that, Cogmos asks her why she spared his life. After hearing his advice at the cave, she said she thought about it. His actions were legitimate self-defense. She tells him they would have been invaders if he were not a demon. She again asks him about the guy who he is talking about back. He tells her that the guy is a human make, an absolute monster who knows no defeat or retreat. To him, levels are just numbers. Suppose the one who invaded the dungeon was that guy. The plans he made to protect the dungeon and his traps would have all been useless. He thinks about Kang Han Soo, whose poison doesn't work, and he never gets tired. After that, she asks him if he has more information about him. He replies that he will get nothing good from knowing more. After that, Eubora smiles and asks him about his plans. Cogmos tells her that his plans have been destroyed due to the Saintess, and he can't think of anything right now. She replies that it is a relief. She unlocks his hand and asks him if he wants to be her comrade. Cogmos is surprised and tells her he is telling him to betray his cognate ones and take on the side of lowly humans. She replies that is exactly what she is asking. Cogmos thinks they won't leave him alone as long as the Saintess is here, even if he rejects the offer. He agrees with her. She thanks him and hopes he disciplines her on the right path. On the other side, in the temple, Prince Alsus tells the students that he will introduce the kingdom's people and the warrior friends who will be with them going forward. He shows them a map and tells them the news about the dragon recently subjugated from the east side of Swordmaster Knight's kingdom, so he wants the warriors to be aware of it. Prince Alsus also tells them they plan to locate and subjugate the monsters that have left their habitats due to the incident's aftermath. Students are looking confused. He tells them that students with levels less than 10 must participate mandatorily. Cogmos is watching them and thinks the warriors struggling to reach a level above 10 are crying about it. These guys are just baits. There is a student, Bang Chialsu. Cogmos sees his status window and finds out that he is noble. He thinks that these warriors have already been sold to the nobles. After that, she asks Cogmos if he wants to meet with her friends. She tells him that he is good and walks away. On the other side, Kang summoned the workers through the portal. They are cleaning. After cleaning, he sent them back. Kang sees that Dialoka is sitting at the man. She tells Kang that she is done with all preparations and has packed everything, so they should move on. She also tells him she doesn't understand the ancient female warriors who fought to take hold of a man like this. Kang is looking surprised. She also tells him that she is interested in it based on the murals of the ruins. Even the fact that the owner of the ruins was a witch. Kang says it means that a witch has power that matches the gods. Meanwhile, Godakin tells him that is not possible. After that, the man tells him the witch caught him and could not even meet his loving warriors and children. Kang tells him he will give him a gift before leaving as a token of encouragement. The man is curious. Suddenly, a portal formed and much stuff fell at him. Kang smiles and tells him that it is a gift he gives him so he can live well. After that, Dialoka tells her that she was pretty shocked. She tells him he has raised a great security guard with just a little talking and equipment. After some time, they are walking in the tunnel. Suddenly, Kang sees there are so many trolls coming there. They are both ready to fight with them. But suddenly, Dialoka tells Kang that they are high in number and they can't beat them. She tells him that taking one troll down brings back 3 of them following her. Kang tells her it seems something happened to this dungeon. Kang sees Dialoka is in danger. He holds her in his arms and tells her he doesn't want to lose another translator. He tells her that he has a good idea. Controlling it is going to be bothersome. He uses his blessings. The dragon skeletons are formed to fight with trolls. After some time, Dialoka feels dizzy. Kang saves her from the falling bone. She tells him that her ability for self-restraint is dead now. Suddenly, she kisses him. Meanwhile, Godakin is angry at him. Suddenly, cracks appeared on the floor, and they fell. Dialoka asks him if he knows about the other floor below. Kang doesn't know what is happening there. His blessing of massacre and destruction is activated. Meanwhile, Dialoka tells him that she is slowly getting the outline of when these ruins were made. Kang asks her what she means. She replies to him that the roof that was broken through is being restored. Such a phenomenon can be commonly seen in ruins of the mythological age. Kang gets it and says it's like the inmate. Dialoka tells him that even the Saintess can resurrect the dead. But like how the corpse came back to life again and again, she cannot make things come back to life, bringing a sculpture to life. When the flesh dies, it wounds the soul. She tells him that he can see it from his unique blessing. Kang realizes that she is telling him about the blessing of an outsider. All status except death gets reset for the outsider. Kang is looking surprised. From the beginning, he had a question about describing the flesh and soul he saw on status windows. It could also influence the curses, but he could see these souls that always hung around him. Kang tells Dialoka that since he has the blessing of an outsider, and if his soul is not wounded even if he dies, what will he be able to resurrect? Dialoka replies that it is theoretically possible, but she has never heard of a blessing that can directly control souls. Meanwhile, Godakin is uncomfortable and dislikes the interference of a different blessing. Suddenly, they hear the voices of trolls again, and the ring shines again. Kang tells her to run before the jellies come here. While running, Dialoka tells him it becomes quiet after getting inside. Kang replies that the light is also getting brighter, and it looks like they are almost there. After that, they come to the golden door. Kang says, looking at this boss's room, "It's a thing here, and it seems like this is the end." Suddenly, Dialoka discovers that her level rises while hunting on the way here. Kang is surprised to hear that. She tells him to see for himself. She tells him he will obtain the curse of greed quicker than she expected. Kang is shocked to see the status window. She tells him she kills many trolls, but that corpse's level is 38. Suddenly, Kang feels that the ring is shining again. He tells her that the door is opening, reacting to the ring. After that, the door opens. They both enter. Kang can't see anything due to the fog. Dialoka tells him many secrets have not been solved in the ruined environment, but she didn't expect to see such a vast waterfall. There is a female who welcomes Kang by saying he is his husband. Dialoka gets offended by it and says it looks like some experience remained here for her to level up more. Godakin also agrees with her. Meanwhile, Kang says to them to calm down. Archwitch Angrora again calls Kang her husband. He tells her what she is talking about. Angrora tells him that he accepted the ring and the blessing she sent him as an invitation. Dialoka is shocked to see her alive. Kang asks her if she knows her. Dialoka replies that she is the only one in the history of Fantasia to have ever slayed a demon king on her own, even without being a warrior, a monster. Angrora says that she, who had put everything into her past love, didn't accept defeat. She says she is the monster that betrayed a warrior friend and was taken away. She says the only way she can seek forgiveness is through ending. The monsters are formed with water. Angrora tells Kang that her husband has now granted her end. Kang replies that even ways of committing suicide are very fantastic in this fantasy world. After that, Angrora attacks them with the help of the dragons. Kang saves Dialoka. He says that her attacks are too fast. Meanwhile, she is smiling as she finds Kang cute. She tells him he can't dodge her attacks without wings and while in the air, the water splashes. On the other hand, Dialoka helps him fly as she has wings. Kang tells her to throw him near to them. He takes out his holy sword and is ready to attack her. He uses his blessings and cuts her, but it doesn't affect her at all. She holds him with the water waves. Kang tells her he can't move, so she should let him go. She tells him that she will keep him tied up so that he doesn't have the freedom to move. She tells him that the warriors are way too simple. Kang smiles and tells her he doesn't have a blessing like that. He attacks him with the magic power of Knowles. Her upper body disappears, but she can regenerate it. She is impressed with him and tells him that maybe everything of his falls for her. Meanwhile, Kang is thinking about it. If she has regeneration powers like the orc or the $2, there is no way to fight against her in an enclosed space like this. She again attacked him with the water-made dragons. She tells him a lazy man is no fun. Kang knows that he won't stop repeating this. He cuts the water waves with his holy sword. After that, he uses the blessings of outsiders, fairies, and holy swords. An aura of null powers formed around him. Meanwhile, Kang is waving his sword. He is going to attack her. Angrora tells him that such attacks don't work on her. Kang runs towards her and tells her that it doesn't matter. He tells her that killing her is not the goal. He again cuts her into pieces. While grabbing her body parts, Kang thinks of the curse of the ruins and the blessing of outsiders. If he had no experience in a similar fight, he would have struggled quite a lot. He tells the orc through the holy swords to open the portal. Meanwhile, he grabs Angvora's body part. Suddenly, he throws the region into the portal. He gets happy as he does it. Suddenly, Kang looks worried and says to Dialoka that it is outside these ruins, but they don't say that his inventory is also part of them. She tells him that since the orc he contacted is not saying anything, that would not mean that there is no problem. She also tells him that he should think about the rewards. Kang is looking surprised to hear this. She tells him that if what the witch had sent as a gift was a blessing, these ruins have no rewards or $2. She smiles and says that these ruins would not be able to maintain their function anymore. Suddenly, there is something like an earthquake happens. They both run from there. Kang tells him she should talk to him about things like this as quickly as possible. On the other side of the portal, Choi Gangman is doing his training with Green Guardian. Suddenly, the tail of Angvora came out of the portal. Green Guardian says that Kang Han Soo thinks this training ground is a waste dumping ground. Suddenly, Angvora regenerates herself there too. She knows she has come to another ruin as she can feel another set of rules. Suddenly, the Green Guardian says one weirder thing has come here. He is sitting at Choi Gangman. He says he has to work with a fish with a nasty smell. Choi asks her if the warrior sent her. She replies that she thinks so. Her status window shows so many blessings with several curses. She tells them she is Archwitch Ambrora, the Guardian of Ruins. She tells Choi Gangman that they will be seeing each other afterwards. Choi is shocked after learning who she is. After that, she tells Choi that in addition to this rude orc, he will have to defeat her for his training to end. On the other hand, at the academy, students protest the opening of the ruins. The principal is getting annoyed with the protest. She says she thought everything was falling apart because of the earthquake, and now the students' parents and the adventurers are in a state of panic. The head teacher tells her that while trying to monopolize the ruins by using the temple, something has deviated from her plan. He also tells her that because the defaults are directly under the academy, those who are hard to ignore are voicing their opinions. She tells him that the warriors said they would admit they are nowhere to be seen and that the saintess is not responding correctly. She tells him that all the students will drop out at this rate. He replies that, in this case, they should do as they want. Suddenly, she comes up with the idea. She orders him to gather the teacher immediately. On the other side, Kang is with his dragon and Goddakin. While watching his status window, he says that he was busy preparing for the midterm exam. And now the exam is cancelled, and the condition of the academy is a mess. On top of that, he obtained the curse of avarice by raiding the dungeon. He knows that the wage for it was life, and if it were not for the blessing of outsiders, it would have been catastrophic. He thought he would be able to obtain it if he raised Dialoka, but he didn't expect to be able to monopolize the ruins. Suddenly, his teacher, who taught him dark magic, came there. She tells him that she comes here for help. She asks him if he can come to her research lab with her. After coming to the lab, Kang sees a coffin for a human. She tells Kang that it is estimated that he has a blessing that can replace the wages of dark magic. Kang agrees with her. She tells him she heard a rumor that he learned the dark magic alone. His teacher was surprised and happy. He also tells her that his senior Leisha taught him. After that, she tells him that there is a favor she wants to ask. She tells him that there are many accumulated issues from the ruins discovered this time at the academy. The academy is now in a condition where it can no longer reject requests. Kang is thinking about Angrora. The teacher sits near the coffin with the body in it. She tells him that due to this, at the request of the Imperial Duke, they have to find the culprit that murdered his wife. Kang replies that she is saying they can find and resurrect the corpse using dark magic and asks who the culprit is. She tells him that he is right. She also tells him he assists her in this matter as she will do most of the work. Kang agrees to do it. He uses his null powers to resurrect the corpse. Kang remembers what he did to the village chief, making him the sacrifice. For rejecting this woman's death, he offers him his life energy. A formation is formed there. Kang is facing some trouble. Suddenly, a tremendous amount of light was emitted from the coffin. The lady is alive. The teacher is shocked to see this. The Duke's wife asks them where she is. She uses her power of holy law and asks them why they resurrect her. The teacher comes forward and congratulates Duchess Thanishtana on her resurrection. She tells her that she is the one who resurrects her upon receiving a request from the Duke. She tells her that she is Professor Brittonies from Hogwarts. She tells the Duchess that she will explain everything. Meanwhile, Kang is looking happy as he thought, but only a little painful when the life energy is getting sucked out. But thanks to the blessing of an outsider, there does not seem to be any other problem. Suddenly, two thieves come there and beat the professor and Duchess. Kang asks them who they are and identify themselves. Suddenly, one of them throws a dagger at Kang. Kang's right shoulder gets injured, attacking all of a sudden like a criminal caught red-handed. The other one, the thief, runs towards him and grabs Kang's face. She put his dagger on his neck. Kang smiles and tells him that is a pretty good reaction from her. Her fellow tells her to get back as it's looking dangerous. Kang tells the lady that she should not approach someone without being careful. He hits her, she is dead. The other thief tells him to reveal his identity as he is not looking human. Kang replies that he is 100% human, whichever angle she looks at him from. Kang takes out his dagger and tells her that since one of the two is dead, he should spare the remaining one and keep it locked somewhere. The lady uses her power and uses his magic to attack him. She runs towards him with his sword. She warns Kang that this is the power of the fourth demon king who poisoned the most warriors. Kang tells her he has a blade with him, so be careful. He also tells her that he has to keep her alive to know what's happening behind the scenes. Meanwhile, Kang kicks her, and she falls away. He is in shock. Suddenly, he sees that the head of Thanishtana is walking and talking. She says she thought the master died helplessly. Brittonies is also alive and says that this is most likely because of the contents of what Kang Han Soo noted during the process of the dark magic. After that, she placed Thanishtana's head on her body. She says that resurrecting one person takes the life energy of at least 5 people. She asks him then how he is okay. He replies that it's because he has received the greatest blessing of an outsider. She was surprised to hear about the blessing. Suddenly, Thanishtana speaks up and tells the boy that through this blessing, she understands that he has significantly contributed to her resurrection. Suddenly, her head is going to fall. Kang gets frightened. Brittonies adjusts Thanishtana's head. Kang thinks it means the Duchess also has the blessing of an outsider. Suddenly, Kang sees Thanishtana's status window. He is shocked because he doesn't have the blessing of observation, so how can he know this person's status window? Vanishtana's inner voice says that if he is such an active boy, it would not be too bad living together with him. Kang is shocked at how he can hear her inner voices and status window. She tells him that the master's status window won't be seen due to the blessing of marriage. It means a couple formed through a grand ceremony shares secrets and wealth. On the other hand, Brittany says that unlike the first resurrection, in the second resurrection, she was resurrected only through the life energy of Kang Han Soo. She also tells her that it looks like they have become a being of familiar spirits with Kang. Vanishtana is shocked and tells her that it seems she is telling her that the master has become a possession of that boy. Suddenly, she gets mad. Meanwhile, Kang thinks it will be chaos if Dialoka finds out. After some time, Kang is standing at the window. He is taking tea. He says he would have enjoyed it better if not for this chaos. Salona is sitting. Dialoka and Vanishtana are also there. Vanishtana tells her that a demonic tribe in human territory is ridiculous. She asks him if she is satisfied with the miserable life of an enslaved person. She replies that she doesn't know they treated a level 0 corpse as a human top. They both are jealous of each other. Meanwhile, Kang is enjoying. Earlier, Brittany tells him that she will report the murder case of Duchess Vanishtana while dragging the dead bodies of the thieves. She tells Kang they until the situation calms down. He has to protect the Duchess. At present, Kang sees that both ladies are fighting with each other. Kang gets mad at them and tells them they should do it outside if they want to fight, as his tea was spilt. On the other side, Oh Han-woo reaches the Hogwarts Academy. Their lady boss tells them that she has to make a subjugation report to the guild so they can rest and gather at the guild. Meanwhile, Oh Han-woo wants to eat first. After some time, he is eating food. Suddenly, he sees that he got the curse of avarice. He is in shock. This curse means that since he is trying to eat everything in the world, the chances of him getting diarrhea increase. He gets an ache in his stomach after the curse. After some time, they all are gathered in the guild. Cassandra tells them that the one who has entrusted them with the request this time is the owner of the Dairoka merchant party, Count Gerodes. Gerodes welcomes the mercenary soldiers. He tells them that he leaves the escort mission until Hogwarts to him. Oh Han-woo is thinking about them. The lady with Gerodes tells them that the previous owner took on the debts of the merchant party and was sold away as an enslaved person, so currently, Sir Gerodes is the owner of the merchant party. Meanwhile, Oh Han-woo thinks that he can smell the incident. Among his future colleagues, there definitely will appear a beauty who will manage the finances. He gets happy as he thinks he gains the new colleagues. After some time, at night, he is looking sad. Oh Han-woo feels he has only gotten somewhat good at maintaining a bonfire. He believes there have been no attacks, unlike the path to picking up client Gerodes on the journey towards Hogwarts. In that quiet situation, the veteran mercenaries, the Cassandra mercenary unit, could not control their nervousness. Suddenly, a carriage came there. Oh Han-woo goes near to that carriage. He hides himself. He hears that someone is saying that Sir Demon King says they should hurry up with the plan, and he will tell them to speed up as soon as the sun rises. The lady with Gerodes tells him that the earthquake and chaos with unknown causes having to deal with new variables are not desirable. But, in this situation, Sir Gerodes is fishing up the mission. Gerodes says it isn't for the Demon King's love for his daughter, who resembles him well known. She replies that they must serve them in every way since they never know when they will create another problem. On the other hand, Nag is shocked to hear their conversation. He smiles and thinks that this is a big event he should not have missed if he was training at the shrine. At the same time, Gerodes tells her there seems to be a little mouse with them. Suddenly, a demonic creature's hand comes out and grabs Oh Han-woo. These are her lady's hands. After some time, Kang opens his eyes. He was tied up with the tree. Gerodes tells him to calm down. He asks him why he thinks that they didn't kill him right away. He tells him that they didn't kill him because he was so miserable. Oh Han-woo gets angry after listening to this. Gerodes orders the lady to kill him. She is going to kill him. Meanwhile, Oh Han-woo closes his eyes and thinks he can't end here like this. At the same time, a certain impatient demon god asks him if he needs strength. Oh Han-woo replies that he needs it. Kang is coming on his dragon. He is surprised to see so many people gather at the academy, and then the knights come to scatter the people and say they are on official duty. Kang said this is such a flashy group. Dialoka replies that they are the Empire's Golden Path Knights. Kang laughs in reply and says what kind of name is this? Are these knights groups made up of wealthy nobles? Dialoka replies that it's known as the Knights of Massacre. They say they don't take any valuable treasures from those they kill, and they are very famous among people. Kang asked Dialoka if they were that fierce that if they got involved, it would be bothersome. Dialoka replied that they were solid and uncompromising. They wouldn't move unless it's something significant. Kang asked if it was because of the Duchess in the room. On the other hand, the principal called the knights and told them it sounded like they were trying to monopolize the relic found in the academy. The knight replied that he was sorry if it came across that way. They just conveyed their concerns about the safety of the students who represent the empire's future and the security of the porous hole. The knight also said even the Duchess couldn't detect the flood, and now they can't return, and the Duke was deeply regretful. The principal asked them if they thought she didn't know their situation just because she was a teacher. She said that they were scared of the rising Tinushta. She asked them if licking the boots of power felt good. She also said that these days, knights hardly have any honor and know nothing about justice. She also tells them that they now see why the holy woman doesn't take them on her quests. Suddenly, the head teacher comes and says you both are too agitated. He says if the knights cooperate, they can ensure faster safety and explore the relic. They will also send backup soon. The head teacher also tells knights that cooperation is good and more efficient, and although they are not part of the empire, even then, they try to be considerate. The knights replied that they understood and would go first to prepare for the exploration, and then leave the office. She says that all this trouble was happening because Professor Britunes' head teacher said this was the order from the principal. The principal said he could have given up that hefty fee. She said she plans to remodel and build a new building before the heroes enroll. The head teacher said the one suspected behind this demon infiltration was the fourth demon king, Zira Kalodi. She is the only female among the demon kings and is famous for her dark magic. Principal replied that it wouldn't be strange if she came right away since her cherished daughter had died. She said that Saintess said she captures demons and is strong enough to eradicate the heroes this time. The head teacher asked if she remembered when the Saintess last participated in the battle. He said directly from the record that 200 years ago, when the newborn demon king invaded, the Saintess stepped forward, and the demon king did too, and since then, she hadn't participated in frontline battles. The principal said demons shouldn't be in the human continent, which is severe. The head teacher replied if the current heroes grew adequately, they could overcome any threat as they had always done. On the other hand, Kang's dragon was eating a Lamborghini. The midterm exams also got cancelled because of demon infiltration. There had been so much chaos for a few days that he asked if this was the reason why Immortal told him to go to the academy. Dialoka replied that it was a big deal that demons came this way, and she asked him if he knew since she was sold here she hadn't seen any of her kind. Kang replied that she told her to wear a mask at least. She replied that she didn't want to. Vanishtana said that for half a year, he was ordained, and there was enough time for changes on both sides. She tells the Saintess who protected humanity that she could not do anything about this, and those below her fought for the dirty power. Kang replies to Vanishtana that instead of acting detached, why couldn't she contribute to peace? Vanishtana replied to him that this was not possible because of this incident. She is convinced that someone in the Empire must collaborate with the demons, and unless we're sure who it is foolish to take more risks. Vanishtana sits near to Kang and tells him that she had heard that the relic is being unsealed this time and is from the strongest magician in history, Ambrora, who is using the treasures of this relic. She asked if he would help her to get her lady back. Kang looked at her in surprise and replied that it was empty. Vanishtana got furious and asked what he was talking about. Meanwhile, Dialoka punches out Vanishtana, tells her that it seems she does not know anything, and asks whether he knows. Dialoka tells that she resurrected her and protected her from assassins, which should be enough for her. She called Vanishtana greedy. Vanishtana became more furious and greedy. She says that both humans and demons need power they possess. Dialoka mocked her by saying that she was overly cheap. She said that for a human who is twice younger than her master, she should step back and stay out of it. Vanishtana replied that hearing this from someone from a different race was funny. She asked Dialoka if their power levels and lifespans were similar. Vanishtana also said that she could arrange a marriage with her noble lady, and it looked like demons didn't understand humans. Kang asked Godakin that this is a reeking corpse. He asks if they are trying to attack him. He also said that this all is getting so much noisier. The head of the Golden Knight asks his subordinates what the situation inside the dungeon is. They reply that entering is quite challenging. The other knight tells the master that their soldiers are getting injured too frequently due to the relentless attacks by the trolls and the unstable ground. He tells his master that if this continues, their resources will be exhausted quickly, so they need to find a solution soon. The master gets angry and tells them to think their proud empire's knights are getting held back by mere trolls. He orders them to prepare to re-enter immediately. Now is the time to prove their superiority and show they don't need Tana, Shuda, or the Saintess. On the other side, Kang is thinking about the Golden Knights. He says that the knights are rushing their strategy too recklessly. Thanishtana tells him it should be, as the Golden Knights are known for their power and wealth. She also tells him that they have plenty of healers and potions. Meanwhile, Dialoka is looking at Kang with love. Kang asks her why she is looking at him like this. She replies that it's obvious to judge the dead woman's case, seeing them so engrossed in the strategy while exploring the ruins of the witch who fought the Demon King alone in the absence of the temple guys. Kang is shocked and thinks it might not be possible. Suddenly, Thanishtana shouts and says it is possible. She tells them that even if they walk a different path, they are still citizens of the same empire. Kang says it seems they sent an assassin. Dialoka tells him that the power to eliminate a noble among nobles, a duchess, is not that common. Thanishtana says that they must now exterminate the traitors of humanity and uphold justice. Suddenly, Salona comes there and tells Kang that there is some big news. She tells him that a noble from the Lake Kingdom visited Hogwarts with the hero. Kang is shocked to hear this. Thanishtana thinks about the Lake Kingdom and says that it's far from the prologue where the heroes are, and currently, the place is dominated by the Mogrian, the black dragon called the Pitch Black Nightmare, the Pronos, the Blue Dragon King. She knows it's in chaos. She also says that it's peculiar that not the Night Kingdom Swords Master or the Magic Kingdom Archmazing, but the hero and an envoy from the Lake Kingdom have come together. Salona gets sad and says that she thinks the nobles, with the protection of nobility, would not have a reason to lie. After that, Kang says that both statements are correct. He tells them that he wants to confirm this news. After some time, Kang sits in the academy and observes things. He tells Dialoka that he can't see anything through this hole in the paper. Thanishtana is also there. She tells them that the carriage is leaving. There is Ohanwu with Gerodes and the lady. Kang is shocked to see that the real hero comes there. He knows that he is Ohanwu, his old class fellow. He is in shock. After that, Thanishtana tells Nag about Gerodes. She tells him that she heard there were issues during his succession. Suddenly, Dialoka laughs and says that he will kill Gerodes here as she knows she will reunite with him. She runs towards them, but Kang stops her and tells her they were caught. She replies that she doesn't interfere. Kang tells her that they don't even know why they are here. Kang tells her to calm down. Dialoka lays down on the ground. He tells her they will bring someone who knows better about the Lake Kingdom. Meanwhile, Godakin comes there and laughs at Dialoka. Dialoka breaks the grills of the academy. Meanwhile, Prince Alpes came there with his fellows. They are shocked to see her. Kang welcomes them. Thanishtana tells them that there is someone from the demon tribe among the nobles of the Lake Kingdom. She tells them even though they appear to be students, they are still freshmen. Before the admission, the demon's spy was placed in their kingdom. Kang tells them that Gerodes pointed out that something of the demon tribe is confirmed, but he had a friend from his hometown with him. He tells them that he is not saying that all the tribes are evil, but they are indeed against humans, and he also thinks they have done something to Dialoka. After that, he tells her to tell him everything they know about it. She tells him that since she is not an heir to the throne, she doesn't have a deep relationship with the nobles, but she does know that he didn't work or marry a royal during the war. She thought it was strange a merchant with a short history received the title of count. After that, the prince of the mercenary kingdom tells Kang that he believes he will have a move to say. He tells Kang that for the sake of his task, Count Gerodes of the Lake Kingdom had hired many of their kingdom's mercenaries, which is weird since such a high-ranked nobleman would have his soldiers. He also tells him that for escort or transport missions, it's not strange for them to hire someone strong, at least someone of a knight's level or higher. Kang is now more curious about Gerodes. Kang asks him if they reject the request. He replies that there is a limit to rejection. He tells Kang that being a noble, he participated for the sake of keeping watch, but the escort target individual did not speak up until they arrived at the destination. After that, Dialoka tells them that they would never know if those escorts targets were the demon tribe or not. Meanwhile, Thanishtana gets angry after listening to this. She asks what the hell the shrine is doing when it is their mission to guard the humans. She shouts and says that the warriors of this generation are generally motivated, but some people cannot be helped. Suddenly, Kang says that he calls meet them first. He says he thinks he should decide after looking at the state of Hanwoo after getting out of the shrine. At the same time, Godakin cheers him up. After some time, Ohanwoo is sitting in the academy. He is looking tired and sad. He thinks about how he survived and ended up here. He thinks getting an equal number as their first rival would be evident in a cartoon. However, losing a comrade to Park Han-young was something they could never be. Through that incident, he grew more, which is why he could handle it. After that, he thinks about Area 2. He gets angry and says, "Now, what will you do?" Suddenly, a shadow behind him tells him that the gods are playing him. Ohanwoo gets sacred. He turns back, but there is no one. he again heard the voice. Oh Han-woo gets mad and says to reveal his identity. Suddenly, he sees a man sitting on the throne. He is a demon. Oh Han-woo is shocked to see him and asks him who he is. The devil asks him if he knows about the gods. Oh Han-woo replies that he doesn't know. He tells the demon that it is said they put down the dining table at the shrine to defeat the evil, but actually, except for the goddess, he has never met any other gods. He also tells him that he was only told they were summoned due to the Demon King's resurrection. The demon smiles and says he knows that these gods repeat the same shit. Demon King asks Oh Han-woo if he wants to see the truth. He is in shock after listening to this. The Demon King tells him that a long time ago, to save the world, he stood on the front line of the battlefield along with warrior Obelia. Oh Han-woo is surprised to know that the Demon King was a warrior. The Demon King tells him that is right as he is a summoned warrior just like him. He tells him, it seems that current warriors don't know about Obelia. The lady says she is called the Saintess now rather than her name. Oh Han-woo is shocked and thinks the Saintess he met through the guidance of the goddess is fake. Demon King tells him that he was a warrior 3,000 years ago. He worked with Obelia, a warrior whose name was spread through excellent skills. One day, he had a question: why have levels become the absolute value for everything? He says he came to the Mauling library to tell them everything they could reveal the truth the gods hid. He says in the far past, the warrior blessing had a completely different effect. However, after the warrior, some arrogant goddess supported and defeated the Demon King, and everything changed. He found it out after agreeing with a specific impatient demon god. The Demon King tells him that in those times, things were not how they are now. The demon tribe was not being ostracized. A specific demon god, the demon tribe, followed was one of the top 3 strongest among the gods. The god became an object to vent anger on due to their offense characteristics, which always ruined the other gods' joy. The time passed, but the role play remained like this. Oh Han-woo doesn't know about the role play as this whole situation of monsters overflows everything and causes a threat to the continent. The Demon King shouts at him. He tells him that as right as the girls don't fight on their own, and this is a play that determines their superiority among themselves. He tells Oh Han-woo that humans are being sacrificed for such things. He decided to let this be known to everyone. The lady with the Demon King tells Oh Han-woo that according to the reports from the spies they planted among the human forces, the most outstanding warrior is said to be Eubora, but they decided the most outstanding one to work with them is him. Oh Han-woo gets happy and thinks about the hidden secrets, a situation where they truly acknowledge him. He thinks this is how the story was originally planned to flow. Oh Han-woo is so happy that he is truly a protagonist. After that, the Demon King tells him that he has one thing to request of him. He tells him that find him the Holy Grail, which will be hidden in the underground floor of Hogwarts. The Holy Grail is the key which will turn the tables in this situation. Then, for him to be able to find the Holy Grail successfully, he will awaken his original skills. The Demon King blessed him with corruption, which means helping out corrupt beings allows him to claim an equal amount. On the other side, Kang is roaming in the academy. He is looking tired. It seems he is searching for something. Kang asks why there are so many places in the academies where students cannot enter. Dialoka is also with him. Kang tells her to hide first. She tells him that she thinks he forgets about the simplest way. She tells him that they can just fly there if they know the location of what they are looking for. Kang asks her that why she is saying this, as she never helped him without her concerns. She smiles and replies that this is as good as her own work. She tells him to hold her so they can fly. After that, they are flying. Dialoka tells him that she is sure it's that building, but she doesn't know about the floor. She tells him that she can feel magic energy from the second room on the 4th floor. After they come into the building, Kang sees that Oh Han-woo is sleeping. Kang is surprised to see him there. Dialoka tells him that he receives the curse instead of the blessing of the warrior, but still keeps talking like that. Kang tells him that he is telling her she was first summoned as a warrior. Suddenly, Oh Han-woo opens his eyes. He thinks he is still in his dream. Instantly, he realizes that it is reality. He is shocked to see Kang. Kang asks him that he has things to ask him about the noble who came with him. Oh Han-woo tells him that the goddess was the final boss. He tells him that now he doesn't need to worry as he is the true warrior who found out all the truths. Suddenly, Godakin peeps his head out. Nag is shocked and tells Godakin to help him out a little, and he will stop Oh Han-woo. Kang takes out his holy sword and tells Oh Han-woo that he doesn't think he is in the right state of mind right now, but he has a lot of things he wants to hear about. He also tells him that he doesn't want to do this to him as he is his class fellow, so he will come at him full force since he has lived as a warrior for a long time. Meanwhile, Oh Han-woo smiles and he is ready for the fight. He uses his blessing of corruption that is given to him by the Demon King. He turns into a demon. Kang is shocked to see him like this. Oh Han-woo tells him that even if evil has tainted him, he will bear it all because he is the protagonist. Kang is also ready to dodge his attacks. There was a bomb blast at the academy. Kang suddenly comes out of the building. He is surprised at how Oh Han-woo suddenly became this strong. Oh Han-woo replied that he liked that line and this strength is what suits the absolute protagonist. Oh Han-woo exclaimed that he would punish his past classmates and friends who betrayed the human race with this power. He also said he would scold Kang, who ignored him and Eubora properly. Kang replied furiously that they had not betrayed the human race, and that the goddess had said she would send him back to the original world. Kang shouted that he only wanted to be with his family and friends rather than with the people he didn't know. Kang attacked the Demon King by using his blessings of Outsider, Fairy, and Holy Sword. Oh Han-woo is also ready. Suddenly, there was another blast happened. Oh Han-woo replied corruption special magic, and then they fought, and Kang cut the arm of the Demon King. But he regained it and said in amusement that this was the power of the invincible. God said that God laughs and is satisfied and praises the magic god. Kang said in despair why he had to face all these same things. Godakin cheers him for not losing. Kang replied that his neck hurt, so why can't he come down himself? Oh Han-woo replied hysterically that he would get used to it soon. On the other side, Jirotes is flying. Dialoka flew behind him, saying that she did not expect the revenge to come that soon. Jirotes said that she had become stronger even with the curses of hunting and noble, and she wouldn't be able to do anything with him. Dialoka replied furiously that she would destroy him, son of a maggot, and take everything back from him. On seeing this, Kang said to the Demon King let them do their stuff. Meanwhile, they should wrap their matter quickly. Oh Han-woo tells Kang that how she could be beautiful. All ties he had had with the heroines until now, who disappeared to be the foundation of the growth process. Oh Han-woo replied to Kang Han Soo that he had another reason to destroy him, and he told Kang that he didn't understand why a coward like him was so famous in the world. Kang replies that he is not the one who is popular but Choi Gangman is. Kang again cut his hand. Kang tells him that if his parents see him like this, they will become sad. Meanwhile, he uses his blessing of Holy Sword to attack him. Oh Han-woo tells him that his parents would be hoping he succeeded. He also tells him that with thus overpowering strength, he can do anything he wants. After that, he also tells Kang that he is trying his best to keep up with him as his opponent, but he can't keep it long. Kang replies that he is confident and he will continue this. He tells Kang that he abounded his duty as a warrior. The wound in his holy sword looks bigger too. Oh Han-woo smiles and tells him that a side effect like that for this power is nothing. Kang tells him that he says this but he knows that he is buying time to regenerate. Kang again attacks him but Oh Han-woo dodges it. He also tells him that is nothing. Bag replies that he would be laid back. He runs towards him. He tells him that now he will see if magic also has no effect him. He uses his null power and again attacks him. Suddenly, a huge amount of red light emits. On the other side, the knight sees it. The leader tells them to follow the place where incident happens. They all running towards it. Meanwhile, Jirotes and Dialoka are also fighting. On the ground, Kang and Oh Han-woo are fighting. The teacher comes there and angrily tells them to stop. He tells them that if they do not stop now, they will subdue them will martial power. Oh Han-woo gets angry and tells them that don't disturb him. He attacks the knights. Meanwhile, all the demon attack him at once to get him. Meanwhile, Jirotes smiles and says it seems the situation is flowing weirdly. He is going to attack her but suddenly tells her that he has something urgent to take care of. Instantly, Kang comes there and saves Dialoka. He tells her to hold him. Kang also tells her that let's leave Han-woo to this knights. Instead let's get rid of this Jirotes. Meanwhile, Jirotes is smiling to see them like this.